MC Championship Twitch Rivals live at TwitchCon Las Vegas kicks off next week, so allow me to introduce every team. Stay to the end for my current ranking of the teams. For now, we'll just go in order of their announcement. Hopefully this video gets you even more excited for your team, regardless of whether you're watching it streamed at home or live in person. From now on, I'm just speaking with a couple of notes about each team, which I'll expand on. No proper script this time. Let's start off with the Red Rabbits, with fruitberries, Tubbo, bekyamon, and JackManifold. Bear in mind, guys, there's only 6 games in the Decision Dome this time. Usually there's 9 and 8 of them are played, so this would be a much shorter event. This team is, of course, 3/4 of the MCC 33 pink Parrots, with fruitberries this time instead of Tommy in it. That team got last and they were drinking with every death, so hopefully this goes better this time. Fruit's dream of achieving triple first was shattered in MCC 34. This is a great chance for a Fruit and a Becky redemption opportunity from MCC 32, where their team got 3rd and narrowly missed out on Dodgeball. The Tubbo and Jack duo have a 66.66666% recurring chance of entering Dodgeball from MCCs 21, 24, and 33. This is a very fun team, but probably won't try to win or be competitive, but they could dominate parkour tag. But I think this may not be a game that's played, as it's a round robin game, which is very hard to commentate. Next up are the orange Ocelots, consisting of Krtzy, Orange Juice TV, Smager, and the return of Masayoshi. Masayoshi played in MCC 27 underdogs, where his team were the true underdogs of that event. His team reached Dodgeball, and despite losing, they defied basically everyone's predictions, and Masayoshi himself achieved 9th individual. Krtzy teamed with Owen in MCC 32, where they got 7th as a team despite getting high expectations as a seemingly OP team. This is another redemption chance here. Both Krtzy and Owen are experienced in general competitive Minecraft events. For example, Owen won both Minecraft TwitchCon Twitch Rivals live events last year. Smager fits in well on this team. He's teamed with Owen in MCC Pride 23, where they lost to Krtzy in Dodgeball. So yes, despite limited event sample data for Owen and Masayoshi, they both have Dodgeball experience, which is very impressive indeed. And I reckon this could be the meltdown team of all time. Halfway through day one's team announcements were the yellow Yaks, once again featuring Antfrost as well as awesamdude, CubFan, and CaptainSparklez. This is actually Jordan's first ever non-canon event, which is ironic as he's played in every canon event so far. We have again another team with another redemption duo, with awesamdude and CubFan from MCC 30. Antfrost had a disappointing MCC 34 where he was kicked out of the top 10, but this was a one-off underperformance and he's still a strong contender for top 5 individual in basically any event. This is actually the strongest ace race team this event. Antfrost is 2nd for this game. He's won ace race twice this year, MCCs 29 and 32. I think the community doesn't really talk about how good he actually is at ace race. Besides that, they're fairly consistent in most other games. Cub, Sam, and Jordan usually achieve middle of the pack or slightly lower placements, but with Antfrost as a strong in-game leader, he could boost his teammates' placements up from their average. The Llamas see the return of the top frag winning duo of MCC 31, jojosolos, and Shadoon 666, joined with ElainaExe and Shubble. As we saw in MCC 21, Elaina and Shubble are a fun comedic duo with tons of chemistry too. As I just mentioned, Jojo and Shadoon were the unlikely but well-deserved MCC 31 champions on an all-Spanish team. Not sure how they've been allowed to be teamed again, but here we are. Shadoon is definitely the breakout player of Season 3 and one of the strongest newcomers from 2023 so far. In the 3 events where he wasn't the projected top frag, he's achieved top 10. And once again, he's the 2nd frag, so another top 10 is likely. Since joining the mainstream lineup in MCC 21, Jojo has only ever fallen out of the top 10 once in all of her canon events, so a very consistent top frag. This is the Sky Battle team this event, first as a team with Jojo and Shadoon top 5 individually for this. We're almost at the halfway point now, wrapping up day one's team reveals with the green Geckos with 5-up, PeteZahHutt, and the return of GeeNelly and Foolish Gamers, both of whom were last seen in a canon event all the way back in March in MCC 29, so it's great to have them back. Pete's had a strong Season 3 so far with several top 5 starting from MCC Pride 23. 5-up had a pretty average start to the season, but is slowly climbing back into consistently hitting the top 15, most recently 13th in MCC 34. GeeNelly somehow does statistically better in canon events than non-canons, so it's not looking good this time, plus a long break, but top 30 is never fully out of the question with Pete's leadership. Foolish could reach top 20 as he was doing before his long break, but only time will tell if the rust has truly settled on him. Watch out for the Geckos in Rocket Speed Rush. They are first for this game team-wise, with Pete and 5-up top 5. Kicking off day 2's team announcements with the Cyan Coyotes made up of Illumina, Ranboo, DarkEyebrows, and Sneegsnag. Illumina is just about barely hanging on to the lower end of the top 10, which is more impressive than it sounds, as the event's way more competitive now, and he doesn't practice as much anymore. He's joined by his MCC 33 teammate Sneegsnag, who can mostly hold on to the top 20, plus the very funny pair-up of Ranboo and DarkEyebrows, first seen in MCC 33. Like Sneeg, Ranboo is usually capable of breaking into the top 20. Due to the presence of Illumina and Ranboo here, this is obviously the strongest hole-in-the-wall team according to stats. They also excel at grid runners and parkour warrior. They are 2nd in the event for both of these. Then the Aqua Axolotls dropped. H-Bomb has snagged a huge Hermitcraft trio in GeminiTay, Good Time to Scar, and Impulse SV. It's fantastic to see that Scar is able to participate in this event in person. I love that they were able able to accommodate him on the stage so he can join in and play. This got an Impulse Mega Redemption opportunity after a shocking MCC 30 where they were both bottom 2 individually. Having previously teamed with Gem and Scar also on past Aqua teams, H-Bomb unlocks a new Harmon in Impulse. They are the best Grid Runners team by almost 100 coins, as Gem's teams always finish top half in this, but statistically they severely struggle in most other games, but anything team and communication related is perfect for them. The Blue Bats have Puns, Bad Boy Halo, V Gumio, and Hannah XX Rose. The Puns and Hannah duo is finally here. In the All Things MCC podcast last year, Hannah mentioned that she wanted to team with Puns. It's taken a while, but we got it. Puns and Gumi are back on the blue team, just like the last October event MCC 26. Gumi and Hannah duo just happened in MCC 34 where they worked very well together with good vibes. Puns as a strong leader is always a debatable topic, especially the start of Season 3, but he's making an excellent individual comeback. I think he's currently in a very secure top 10 streak for the time being. Bad Boy Halo plays more casually and for fun just like Gumi, which deeply contrasts Puns and Hannah's competitive playstyle, especially as Hannah is still yet to win an MCC. But the chemistry is in place on the bats from the Pummel Party Saturday group. I don't believe it myself, Purple is finally on his own color. Joining him on the Purple Pandas are his MCC 34 teammates AimZ and Gucky, plus a strong second frag in CPK. This isn't even Purple's final color in the Team Rainbow to collect, he still needs Cyan. The AimZ and CPK duo from Misfits Gaming finally teamed together. They've been waiting a long time for this. There's also a highly energetic and chaotic matchup of AimZ and Gucky. Note that CPK is the only Lilac Lana from MCC 18 to be in this event, continuing that team's legacy 2 years later. This is somewhat similar in team structure to the MCC 34 Green Geckos, and of course this had Purple AimZ Gucky as I just said, and CPK has recently been placing slightly higher than Tubbo, but remember that Purple just had his worst individual performance in over a year, placing 9th, which is still crazy, but proves that he won't always be the top 3 player every event. So him having CPK on the team shouldn't immediately make this team super OP, though it is a scary duo in both PvP and movement. Speaking of which, they are the best parkour warrior team thanks to Purple and CPK securing top 10 in this game on average. Finally, we have a pretty interesting team in that at some point in 2023 the community thought all of these players had either temporarily or permanently dropped out of MCC. Here are the Pink Parrots with George Unfound, Sapnap, Captain Puffy, and Sylvie. Sapnap and George duo antics are back at it again, and it feels weird seeing George on an MCC team graphic. It's been quite a while since we last saw him in the event. Sapnap has already said on stream that he'll try during the event but won't sweat or practice beforehand, so with the team captain not putting in the training, as is usual with Sapnap to be fair, and a giant hiatus for George, this is arguably the biggest wildcard team in this lineup. I mean, who even is the second frag, George or Sylvie? Looking at Season 3 stats, it's incredibly skewed with this team due to George's only Season 3 event, MCC 29, also being his worst while on poor internet in the Bahamas, plus both Sylvie and Puffy have had a rough start to the season in general. And that's all the teams. On screen right now is my initial ranking based on first impressions. This was extra hard this time as there's bound to be tons of technical issues on the live stage at TwitchCon, an unusual environment for most of these players who are more used to their home setups, and I'll be discussing the 6 MCC Twitch Rivals games the same day they drop, probably on Wednesday, October 18th. Enable post notifications so you don't miss that, and share your predictions in the comments below. But for now, see you Minecraft champions.